What it do? 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 What up? What up? What up? Hello, hello, hello. What it be? How it is? What it do? All right, you early adopters, you always get the ASMR, man. Here you go. Here you go. Oh, that was a nice one. That had two little cracks to it. Isn't it sweet? Paul making fun of Peterson. That was hilarious, Paul. When did I do that? I don't remember. Oh, didn't we do it on Flash Fried or some shit? I think we did. Hoof. Hoof. All right. Well, TJ clipped it recently. Oh, cool. Yeah. I felt kind of bad because I thought TJ like I came downstairs. I was doing a Highdeology before he started his Abandoned Hope, and I came downstairs and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just about to go live myself." And I thought he was just gonna do a Highdeology, so I was like, "Oh, I'll just." I said to him, "Oh, I'll go in mine and I'll join you." And he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, okay." And then I get down there, and it wasn't until he went live that I realized we weren't doing Highdeology. And I was like, "Oh man, I just like invited myself onto your show. Sorry." Yeah, had no clue, but yeah, it was fun. I like doing Abandoned Hopes with TJ when he's up for having a guest. Yeah, it's always hard reading the chat in Abandoned Hope because man, dude, there's like a cross section of TJ's really rabid fans that fucking hates me. I don't know what I did, but like there is a whole like I don't think it's like most of TJ's fans, but there's like a large group of TJ's hardcore, TJ only fans who like fucking can't stand it when he brings me on his channel. Like they're like, "Oh, get this fucking faggot out of here. Dumb motherfucker. Shut up, Paul. Shut your mouth, Paul. Oh my god, fucking TJ could do this by himself." I'm just like reading all these things in the chat and I'm like, "Jesus. Should I just leave?" Should I just get up and go and let TJ handle the rest of this? I'm like, what the fuck? That's all right. Hey, everybody's got their preferences and shit. And fuck, man, if I made it my business to be liked by everybody on the planet, you know, there's just no fucking way. There's no fucking way, dude. Can I adopt you? Absolutely not. Number one, it looks like you're pretty stupid. You got caps lock, alternating exclamation points and question marks. I mean, that's a sign of like 75 or lower IQ already. And so what you're asking me to do is adopt a mentally challenged person. No, I'm not really, I'm not really looking for that in my life. But thanks for the offer. Hope you find a parent. So apparently Sargon got kicked out of UKIP for being racist. If that's true, then holy shit, that train didn't go far at all. I don't know. I don't even really know. Like, I know we covered it, I think, recently, but not very much in depth. I don't even really know what's going on. My knowledge of British politics ends at like Theresa May and Tony Blair, who was the prime minister when I was a kid, and Queen Elizabeth and Prince Charles and all the little princes and princesses running around. That's what I know. about their political figures and their political parties and their political machinations. That's what I know. I know that they have a prime minister, they have House of Parliament, and I know that they're a ceremonial monarchy, and I know Theresa May is their prime minister right now, and I know that there's a Labor Party, and what there's like Labor, and I'm trying to think what the other party is. I guess there's multiple parties, but the two big parties there are like Labor and I don't know, Tories. Okay, got it. Labor are the liberals and the Tories are the conservatives. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. The Whigs. Dude, you know what? You know what party I would join in a heartbeat if somebody brought it back, dude? Teddy Roosevelt's Bull Moose Party. Dude, I'd be a bull moose any day of the week. The Bull Moose Party or the Know Nothings. The Know Nothings were cool too. Well, they weren't cool, but that's a cool name for a fucking political party. But yeah, you know, my knowledge of foreign politics is woefully. It's basically nothing. I don't know anything about where you guys live. If you're out of the United States, I don't know anything about your system of government. I probably don't know who the head of it is. I don't know what kind of legislative branch you have. I don't know what your history is outside of the things that America was involved in and or ancient history. But as far as like recent history, like I don't know what was going on in France in the goddamn 60s. I know what was going on in America in the 60s. I don't know what was going on in fucking Russia in the 70s. I know what was going on in America. I have a very America centric knowledge base. So, I think the fact that so many American YouTube news channels spend so much time on Europe shows me how shit and fake these forced issues are. Why aren't Americans focusing on America? I don't know. I don't know, dude. Is Paul doing? Yeah, dude, I'm in blackface. You got me. You got me. Yep, you'll get a cinema versus. In fact, TJ and I are gonna record one. I think tomorrow after the show. I'll have to clear it with him, but I know we said at some point that we were gonna do one this week, this weekend. So it's either tomorrow or Saturday. What's up, Paul? Hope you're doing well. You convinced me to finally buy an HTC Vibe VR headset specifically for Elite. I got a pretty large. Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool, dude. I actually have not played Elite yet in VR. I have no excuse for it, other than I just don't want to set up the VR shit. My computer feels like it's got way too much shit on it, like my desk. I have way too many peripherals and way too much crap going on as it is, and it's just like trying to plug one more thing in is, I don't know. I'm not feeling it, but eventually I'll do it. But yeah, I think it's gonna blow your mind. I mean, that game is already awesome to play, super immersive when you get into it. I can't imagine like being able to look around. It's got to be awesome. My desktop's motherboard died a few days ago. That sucks. West Side, Bankhead. That's where I'm from. Everything y'all did, I've been done. My true game and my shoe game. Can't touch that shit. Bitch there hollering about fuck me. Nah, fuck that bitch. Someone should make a VR Paul's Ego game where you live a day in the life of Paul's Ego. Dude, that would be the most boring fucking game ever. Dude, the least glamorous, most boring game ever. Yeah, that's the VR game I want. I want Vanilla No, where a survival horror game where you play Chris Kattan as he tries to sneak around the MTV studios and escape a raging, rape bonered up Vanilla Ice. It'll be called Vanilla No. Make it a VR game too, man. Make it real scary. Paul, your stream interrupted me watching the Fallout DFF. Well, why don't you go watch that and then watch this later? Like, you know what I mean? I hate it when people are all like, hey, dude. I guess it's kind of like a compliment in a way because they're saying, hey, I stopped watching this other thing to watch you, but it always sounds so accusatory. They're just like, God damn it, Paul. It's right in the middle of watching fucking whatever. Or right in the middle of doing something, too. I get that a lot. It's like, God damn it, Paul, I was just about to go to bed. Or, God damn it, Paul, I have a study for a test. But you're on, so I can't do that. And it's just like, Jesus, the fuck? How do I have culpability in that? Explain that shit to me. You like the streams? The best live. Oh, okay. Get Chris Kattan and Vanilla Ice to do the voiceover. Get them to do the fucking motion cap for it. Of course they need the money. Hey Paul, from video games or movies, what science fiction race would you change to? Or would you just stay human? Alright, hold on. Let me read the super chat and then I'll get back to that. What race? What science fiction race? Okay. Have you ever seen those enclosures that people make? The design looks like a cabin in the game. I can't imagine being in one of those and using that tracking. Oh yeah, dude. No, it's gonna be awesome. I mean, I know you can look around the cabin, but to be able to do it with your head, I mean, it's gonna be fucking crazy. Manalo! What alien race would I be? What alien race? Anything's on the table. Any sci-fi, right? Or does it have to be within some kind of universe? Like, are we talking about, or do I? All right, yeah, okay, you do you. Got it. Hmm. I mean, dude, the obvious choice to me would be I want to be a Kryptonian. They're an alien race, right? I'd be Superman. I'd literally be Superman. Q, I don't know, man. Yeah, Q would maybe be fun for a little while, but once you just realize that all of existence is your plaything, I mean, you see how bored Q is. Why do you think Q spends hours and hours tormenting fucking Picard? It's because he's bored with his existence, because he's done everything and seen everything and experienced every type of experience, and he's just, he's got it all at his fingertips. That's why he's always fucking with people. He's just a bored guy. Q is a cautionary tale against that kind of power. Q is a commentary on the concept of omnipotence or omniscience. Because he's sociopathic. He's utterly sociopathic. He's psychopathic. he's reprehensible, but he's also the closest thing in the Star Trek universe, anyways, to God. Unless you count the stupid movie where they go to the edge of the universe and find God, which is whatever. Maybe that was Q. What was God in that movie? I have fucking no idea. You tell me. Q has a heart deep down. Everything he does to help humanity in some way. I don't see it that way. I mean, maybe he sees it that way, but I don't see it that way. I mean, I think if you asked Q, he might say something like that, but I don't think Q has a heart at all. I don't think he's capable of it. He's so separate from mortal beings that he can't have anything like our morality. So there's no way he could have good intentions. It's just not, I don't know. He's just malevolent. Like he's almost killed them how many fucking times? Put them through how much emotional stress and damage. You know, just hounded people day and night, moving them in and out of different realities and fucking with their brain and shit. He's crazy. Yeah, you can't relate at all to a mortal's suffering. Like, because he's never experienced that. Q is a great character. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know that I'd choose him for my alien race, you know? Yeah, Dr. Manhattan's not an alien, so he's a like an industrial accident. He's not an alien. He's a man that was made multidimensional by the explosion of some weird science MacGuffin. So that's not alien. I mean, I guess he's alien compared to us, but his origins aren't alien, so he's technically an alien. See, trying to think of any other alien races that would be totally badass to be. You know what? I think I'd be a badass Hut. And thinking about the Hut life, you know, I got a pleasure barge, just like a gangster. I've got all these little underlings that serve me and shit. Got hot bitches on chains. Got my own band that fly around on the pleasure barge with me. You know what I mean? I feel like I would adapt well to that life. So maybe a hut. Yeah, Pooh the hut. What about the Sarlacc pit? Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a Sarlacc, man. That's got to be a terrible life. Like 99.999% of their life. Oh, dude. I think I hear the armadillos. I don't know. I want to be an uber space baby like Ron Howard's ugly brother in that old Star Trek episode. Oh yeah, those weird. They were like Q like though, you know, similar. Um, are they? No, they were just like they rummage. They, they like rummage around a lot to get worms, I guess. So they basically use their little snouts to dig a hole, looking for a worm. And if they don't find any worm, then they go dig another hole. What will I do when the armadillos die? I won't be here. Like, this is a rental property, so I'm not staying here. We'll be moving. So I won't preside over the death of the little armadillos. Find us an armadillo, Paul. Forgot to breathe for a second there. You ever do that? You ever forget to breathe and then suddenly you're out of oxygen and you're like, holy shit. Oh, yeah, that's right. Breathe. It's never happened to you? Hello, Paulo. Paulo? Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. Don't you what it do me? Don't you give me that what it do shit. Oh, get out of here, dude. Shut up. I think I might be officially too high to do a Highdeology. What a rare occasion. What about being a super genius? Would that matter anymore, or just happy with the Superman powers? No, I mean, Superman is supposed to be smarter than the average person, too, right? Yeah, I'm definitely. I mean, I don't think I'm an 11, but I'm approaching a 9. You know, I'm on the fucking, I'm on the bleeding edge of a 9 right now, which is fine, but it's just not typically where I am when I'm doing one of these. I usually do these at like a, I don't know, a 4, 5, something like that, if at all. What's being stoned like? Dude, that's kind of a sad question, man. Like, I heard violin music as the backing track to that question. The best cure is another doobie. Well, that's a that's an expensive cure and a ridiculous one, considering I have like probably like over half one here. So, all right. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think of an activity for you people. Something that'll help keep me engaged. Because right now, I'll be honest with you, what I really want to do is pretend my phone died and just end this stream and go upstairs and, I don't know, watch TV or some shit. Anything. Like, you know, this is a pretty decent buzz, and you people are, I don't know. I mean, not all of you, but as an aggregate, you're kind of a buzzkill. Oh, that sad little emoji. That's the saddest one. That's the dejected emoji. IDK talk about porn or something, dude. Is that what your life is, man? It's just like you got one friend. You've never met him IRL. You met him while playing RuneScape. See, I'm telling everybody about your whole life. You got one friend in the entire world. You met him in RuneScape. His name was Giraffe. And, well, his real name is Stan, but in RuneScape his name was Giraffe, and you still call him Giraffe. And he still calls you Xandar, which was your name. With an X, not a Z. Xandar with an X, not a Z. I want to make that explicit so that I'm dead on fucking balls in describing your life. Oh, man. I'm so mean. Dude, why am I being mean? Anyway, let me continue. So Xandar and Giraffe call each other on Discord, and the only thing they ever talk about is, yeah, it's two A's. Thank you, Captain Beefheart. It is two A's, you plebs. It's XANDAAR. Get it right or get out. All right? And Giraffe is not with a G. His name is Gerald IRL. It's a J. It's like a joke. J-E Raff. Giraffe. Because his name is Gerald. J. Shut up, dirtbag Daryl. You're not the one making this up off the top of your head. I am. That's ancient history. Everybody else has moved on beyond that, except for you. Anyway, so the Skype call goes a little something like this. What do you want, faggot? Whatever. You want to hang out or whatever? I mean, I guess. Alright. So, I was watching this porn. Oh, yeah? Yeah. And this dude was like, it was crazy, man. This dude was sitting in the corner. He's got this hot wife, and this black dude with this huge schlong comes in, and he's like, now, little white boy, I'm gonna show your wife a good time. And he, like, fucks this dude's wife right in front of him. And on goes the porn conversation. I don't even remember what I'm ripping on this dude for. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. He was like, talk about porn. Hey, Xandar, talk about porn like the old days. Giraffe, dude. I'm not crawling around into the house finding them armadillos, dude. Hell to the no. Xandar and Giraffe, dude. Hey, Paul, did you hear they're doing a spin-off of Roseanne? I don't give a fuck. Who cares? God, man. They're doing like a Roseanne died spin-off or some shit. Giraffe, dude. Fucking Giraffe. Oh yeah, dude. I've gotten laid tons of times. Like, I know everything there is to know about the female pussy. In fact.
because I've banged so much of it. Like any question you want to ask me about like, putting your thing in a girl, like I could tell you every bit of it, dude, because I've done it every which way, you know? Oh yeah, dude, poontang for sure, man. In fact, I don't even know what I'm doing here now. 'Cause there's some poontang waiting for me inside. Yeah, dude, Xandar gets around, man. Hey Xandar, yeah, giraffe. How do you get laid all the time when you basically told me that you never leave the house? Shut up. Shut up, giraffe. God, so stupid. God, can we delete this? It's a live stream. Oh my god, dude, there's not a buffer? No, it's low delay. Fuck. Fucking Xandar, dude. Xandar is a wife beater. He hits her every time. What? Shut up. Oh, wait a minute. I get the joke now. It's a wife beater. He hits her every time he claps. See? Get it? Every time he claps. Because he's married to his hand. What the fuck? How baked am I? Like I said, I'm at a comfortable high 8. Functional, but just barely. Nah, man. This is just not the type of high you want to be when people are expecting you to be all entertaining and stuff. Like, I just want to sit here and let you guys entertain me for a while. Maybe I'll do that. I mean, fuck it. As an experiment, I'm just gonna be here. I'm gonna sit here quietly, and you guys are the show. Let's see. Let's see how that works. Well, I can safely say that that is the worst show I've ever fucking seen. Every one of you that participated in that, even the ones that just watched, should be dead fucking ashamed of yourself. Even if you say, I didn't post anything, Paul Zigo, why should I be ashamed? Because you didn't leave during that. How? You're the worst show ever. Now, I want you to appreciate the fact that I spend an enormous amount of time watching the worst show ever for your entertainment. And you also happen to be the worst show ever. So it's a weird little feedback loop we've got on this channel. I watch the worst show ever and I fix it and make it funny. And then you all watch me, but you're also the ones that I'm correcting. Why is everybody looking so sad? Quit using that. Quit using the saddest little emoji, dude. That of all the emojis, that one actually makes me sad. People always use the one with the over exaggerated tears, but that little one that's like looking down with a tiny little frown on its face. Jesus. Man, that's the saddest little emoji, dude. Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, see, I don't care about the one with the tear. The one with the tears, I'm not interested in that. That's the one, yeah. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Oh, there's someone in your house. Yeah, it's TJ wrapped in a blanket. He's wandering around in there. I hope he didn't lock this door. That would be that would be a hijink. No, it wasn't Chelsea. It was TJ wrapped in a blanket. Guaranteed, dude. I have a better view of it than you guys do. That was 100% TJ in a blanket. He wants me to sleep outside. I mean, I could probably do it. I mean, I wouldn't be happy about it, but I could probably do it. It's gorilla. It's gorilla. It's gorilla. Boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep. It's gorilla. Do 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 do. It's gorilla. I could do gorilla versus RoboCop if you really want to hear how that goes down, but that's the only one I'm doing. If you guys, if you guys don't promise me that you're not gonna ask me for another one, I will do gorilla versus RoboCop. I'll let you know how that went down. You can't promise that? Well, then I'm just talking about tonight because I ain't gonna do no more, and I don't want the chat to be nothing but like gorilla versus this, gorilla versus that. I will do one gorilla versus for you, or none. The choice is yours. I want a one in the chat if you're willing to accept that you're getting one gorilla versus, and I want a two in the chat if you're going to be a rampaging idiot that's going to keep on asking Gorilla Versus questions all night. Wow. Look at this. Only Doom Kid is a rampaging idiot. All right, all right, all right. It's a brutal story, guys. So, anybody under 18 here, you're going to need your parents' permission. No, I'm kidding. It's not that bad, but it's just sad. Brings a tear to my eye, honestly, even thinking about it. So, dude, it's Neo Detroit, right? And RoboCop is patrolling the streets one night. He comes upon a gang of thugs looting a storefront and stealing TVs. They have all the telltale signs of nuke addicts. The erratic behavior, the constant laughter, the stuttering speech. RoboCop's visor assesses all of this and assesses the danger as well. They're all packing heat. Every last one of these junkies loading up these TVs is packing heat. They haven't seen him yet. You know, he got off of his RoboCop bike about a block away and has slowly but surely snuck into a hearing range. He's using his RoboCop hearing to hear farther than the human ear could and to see farther than the human eye could. He's listening in on their conversation. They're like, man, look, you're sure your guy's gonna buy these TVs? Are you sure? Are you sure these guys are gonna buy these TVs, man? Yeah, dude, I fucking told you, bro. All we gotta do is take the TV over to my man Jose's house. He's gonna fence him and give us a nice cut, man, and we're gonna make well. We're gonna get a bunch of nuke and we're gonna stay high for days. That's all RoboCop needed to hear. That's it. He makes his presence known by announcing it loudly. Drop it, creeps. And they do, not out of respect for the command, but out of just shock. Everybody holding a TV drops it, and they all turn around at once. They see who it is. It's RoboCop. And he points at them and he says, "You are all going to jail." And they said, and one of them says, "Man, for what?" And he says, "Possession of nuke and looting, riot, assault of blah blah blah." Gives them the whole spiel, the whole RoboCop spiel, and they're like, "What's stopping us from just driving away? What if we just jump in the car right now? Look how slow he is." And RoboCop's leg opens up, and he flips out his big ass robo gun and points it at him and says, "I would not advise that," and then shoots out all the tires of their fucking getaway car. And they're like, "Whoa, shit, whoa, fuck, man, holy shit, dude, whoa." And they all drop their fucking guns and get down on their knees to give up. But RoboCop notices that the van that they're using is really big, way way bigger than they need for just a few TVs. And he's also noticing that he seems to see some like there's something in it that's moving. So he thinks maybe another perpetrator inside the truck. So he talks to one of the perps that he's got handcuffed up and he says, "Is there anyone in the truck? You need to tell me." They said, "You don't want to know, man. You don't want to know." RoboCop grabs him by the scruff of his, the front of his shirt and pulls him up, with one hand just like floating, by his shirt. And he's like, "I do want to know." And the guy looks at him and tears fill his eyes and his lips quiver and he says, It's Gorilla. RoboCop drops him. Immediately goes for the gun and starts filling the whole truck full of holes, because he knows. He knows. And the truck starts rocking. Gorilla's in there going fucking crazy. And all of a sudden it's still. Smoke from all those fucking high impact velocity rounds that come out of that crazy RoboCop gun. The fucking side of their big flatbed trailer truck is just shredded. There's too much smoke to see what's going on. But as and RoboCop even flips his gun, puts it away. As he's about to turn around, he sees a silhouette in the smoke. He turns around. It's Gorilla. Standing there as if not a single bullet had ever hit him. RoboCop's threat assessment sensors didn't know how to handle a target that was already dead. And so he momentarily locked up as his cerebral threat assessment cortex rebooted. And you would think that Gorilla would take advantage of RoboCop when he was, frozen up like that for a few seconds and just use it to beat the shit out of him. But that's not what Gorilla did, because that's not what Gorilla is. Gorilla walked over straight up to RoboCop and looked him right in the face. Less than a foot from his face. So that when RoboCop's cerebral cortex rebooted, the first thing he saw was Gorilla's eyes. Do you know what happened? He saw humanity in there. He saw himself. He saw a brother, a cousin of ours, a noble beast. And then he remembered what it was like to be human himself. He remembered what they had deprogrammed from his brain. He is not RoboCop unit number 001. He's Murphy. Is that his name? Murphy? He was a man. He was a man. Oh, God. And RoboCop grabs his head and he's like, oh, the psychological pain, he's like, no. And Gorilla puts his hand on his shoulder and says, he doesn't say anything, but he just puts his hand gently on his shoulder, and RoboCop stops and he just looks at the Gorilla again, and the Gorilla just shakes his head no. And RoboCop says, but I am a man. I am a man. And Gorilla once again shakes his head no. And RoboCop says, if I am not a man, then I am a monster. And Gorilla shakes his head yes. And RoboCop says, what am I to do? And Gorilla pointed one gorilla finger at the leg where RoboCop's gun was. And RoboCop understood in that moment what the gorilla meant, as some of you might. He took a moment to remember his family and the man that he was. His leg opened for the last time. He grabbed his super high velocity, ultra badass RoboCop pistol, put it to his temple, and pulled the trigger. Gorilla watched, not betraying any emotion other than a single tear that rolled down his flat nose. And with that, he leapt over the remains of the flatbed truck that was once his prison and returned to the wilds. I told you guys it was a sad story. I told you it was a sad story. I warned you. But you wouldn't listen. Was that story true? All of these stories are true. Detroit become Gorilla, dude. Yeah, dude, I want that game. Coming soon to PS7, it's Gorilla. A first person VR adventure so amazing you have to live it to believe it. It's Gorilla. You're genuinely a good storyteller, Paul Brahma. Well, it's the only thing in my life that I've engaged in thousands of hours of practice doing, so I appreciate the compliment. It is the one thing that I think I'm good at as well. Could always be better, but I have a knack for it. Well, not a knack. I have, like I said, thousands of hours of practice doing it. Should RoboCop be an Avenger? I mean, I wouldn't be sad if he was. Would you? Dude, I love the bird song when the sun starts to come up. They're all just doing that morning shit. They're all just announcing, like, yay, the sun came up. Now we're gonna go catch worms and fuck. So you've literally spent a week telling stories nonstop. I started telling stories to small audiences of friends and family when I was, say, like 6, 7 years old, something like that. And I've done it in my life and as a hobby ever since, and I'm 38. So I'd say conservatively, I've spent a week straight telling stories in my life. Count all the times I've retold stories on request. All the times that I've told stories on DP, on DFF, on Highdeology. Count all the times that I've told stories to every person in my life, individually and as a group. Count all the times that I've told stories to people that I didn't know. all the times that I've told stories to my mom, my sisters individually and as a group, my dad, my stepmother and stepfather individually. I've told stories to Dinor, and that's not the first dog that I've done that with. I talk to all my dogs, like when I'm alone with a dog, I talk, like I'll tell stories to them. So I would say conservatively, I've spent a week of my life telling stories, if not more. I'd say I wouldn't be shocked if I had like, GTA level stats on my life if my time spent telling stories was a couple of weeks or more. So it really has nothing to do with something, and it's really not that. Like anybody that's decent at something or really good at something has spent hundreds, if not thousands, of hours doing that thing. Like that's how people get. Like when you see these like 13-year-old Japanese girls where they're playing like guitars that are bigger than them, but they fucking shred. That's because since they were 6 years old, they've been doing nothing but playing guitar. So by the time they reach 13, they've got like, you know, fucking 7 years of hard guitar practice under their belt. And we're talking like regimented guitar practice, not like as a side gig. So, I'm not talking about J-pop. I'm talking about those video, like I don't, maybe you've never seen them. There's videos on YouTube of like little Asian kids playing guitar, and they'll cover shit like Pink Floyd. They'll play the lead guitar on any song you can think of. There's people like this out there doing it. Young people, or just like they're not all Asian, but those people that are like they'll blow you away with their fucking guitar talent or their drumming talent or whatever the fuck it is. They just have like hundreds and hundreds of hours of deliberate practice doing it. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of deliberate practice telling stories to people. True stories, improvisational stories like the one I just told you about Gorilla. If you count acting, that's many more hundreds of hours that I've spent. That's a form of storytelling, in my opinion. I always considered it to be. That's how I approach it, anyway. I'm not. I just told you guys a fucking crazy story. I'm way too high. There's no way. Would I ever do a 24-hour Highdeology? Sure. Sure. Why not? Paul Vanilla Ice has wide open tattooed across his knuckles. For real, I saw it. Yeah, I have no idea. When is the 24-hour show? Dude, you guys are. Oh man, the 24-hour show is gonna be awesome. I'm just letting you know right now. It's gonna be dope as all fucking shit. We finished planning for it today. Scheduled it today. I'm not going to tell you guys now because you'll learn about it tomorrow. Well, patrons will learn about it tomorrow and, well, today. Patrons will learn about it today, and non patrons will learn about it tomorrow when the 10-minute preview goes up. We had a Patreon goal for 3,000 patron or for 2,000 patrons. It was a 12-hour show. We delivered on that goal last month. During last month, we broke 3,000 patrons, and the goal for that was a 24-hour show, which we will deliver by the end of this month. Um, if you haven't gotten to watch it, you should. It was a lot of fun. But it is 100% scheduled out, segmented out. It's a show, man. No filler, no bullshit, no distractions, no interruptions, no excuses, no pussy shit. An actual 24-hour researched performance based show. It's going to be fucking hell. And you guys are going to have a great time watching it if you're fans of the show. I'm just letting you know right now. It is, I mean, look, if you watch the 12-hour show, you probably understand kind of what it's going to be, but we've changed, we've switched it in ways that are really cool. We've added things that are totally different than we did for the 12-hour show. More research topics, less on the fly topics, although there are on the fly things going on as well. You get my drift. It's going to be a cornucopia, a fucking literal full day. We're not even like resting on our laurels with the 12-hour show because that went over relatively well. People liked it. We, we're upping the ante. We're upping the quality. We're upping the motherfucking freshness. So it's going to be a fucking spectacle, man. It's going to be a total fucking spectacle. Um, I've done I've done two one no, I've done one 24-hour show before uh, for the DP 24-hour show. I was the only person involved in that can credibly say that he was on the show the whole goddamn time. Because Billy, he was there 99.9% of the time, but I was awake the whole time. Ben fucked off at one point, was in the bathroom for like 45 minutes, not sleeping. Not Paul's ego, though. I left when I had to take a dump. I left when I had to pee. I left to go grab something to eat or grab a fucking drink out of the fridge. But I never left the show. 24 hours straight. I can do it. These other dudes, I don't know, man. Fatigue starts to kick in real hard about halfway through. Because you know what? 12 hours is an eternity. That 12-hour show, all I could think at the end of it. See, you know what the fucked up thing about it is? Here's the thing. I got to the end of the 12-hour show, right? We all felt the same. None of us was relieved. You would think we'd be like, yes, oh man, it's done. Oh my God, I can go to bed. Nope. It was like, next month we have to do 2 of those in a row. We all had the same, like, dreadful look on our faces. We all fucking thought the same thing. As soon as one of us brought it up, we all commiserated. We were all in the same boat. That 12-hour show was grueling. By the end of it, I was drooling. The fucking drool was pooling. My mind was fucking unspooling. My dick was overruling. My balls were, I don't know. I ran out of oolings. When somebody told TJ that he would be at the halfway point for the 24-hour show, his face was priceless. Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a fucking marathon. It's going to be. I don't even know. I don't even know. Oh, fuck that. We're going to be having. There's going to be lots of caffeine involved. You are not going to take caffeine away from us. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, yeah. It'll be caffeinated fluids all day. All day, every day. You guys shouldn't drink, though. It knocks you out. Okay. Are you going to take breaks? So during the 12-hour show, there were breaks. We made up for them by doing more show. So it'll be the same thing. There will be breaks because we have to switch. Like, we're not going to do 24 straight hours on the stream. That stream will never go up on YouTube. There's no way. We're breaking it up into 6-hour chunks. So, 4 6-hour chunks. So at the end of each 6-hour chunk, we're going to take a break. We're going to stretch our legs. We're going to stop the old stream, start up the new one, give people a chance to move over to it, and then we're going to come right back and start. Like, we didn't take a longer break than, I think, 15 minutes during the 12-hour show. And like I said, every minute of that was made up for on the show. We went the entire 12 hours. So, ridiculous. But whatever, it's just crazy. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a crazy one. Oh man, that's kind of pretty. Let's see how much of this I can show you guys. That's some pretty stuff. That's some pretty stuff. Yeesh. That is pretty. All right, well, nature appreciation is over. I wanted to watch the sunrise because why miss it? If you're up as late as I am, why miss it?
See you guys there.
Have a good one. Bye.